What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, I wanted to go through and actually take a closer look at both of the upcoming promo cards for the Rebellion presale. I talked about it briefly, and I know I've talked about it on stream, but after taking a closer look, and we'll do a little bit of a deep dive into both, I gotta say that I really think Grim Bardoon Smith, the neutral one, is gonna be a must-have card. Now, again, keep in mind it's something that it's 6 mana. It doesn't have any attack, but you can pair it up with so many different things. And I love the fact that you get immunity right off the bat. I don't know when you get the slew of other abilities, but at max level, the fact that this thing has Void, Shield, and then it also has the immunity and can repair its own armor. It doesn't need to be given armor. It has its own armor. Also, with Dispel, I don't even know if you'd be able to get rid of the additional armor on it too. This is a card that I think is going to be a ridiculous tank. I can already see myself using it more so than Bakjira in certain situations. It's going to be great. Like, it's almost replacing Almo Cambio. Obviously, it doesn't have any of the reflect or return fire, but it's a card that is just going to be like, it's 10 health, 3 armor. It can repair that. You put it with, I was about to say Kitty, but actually I mean Lily, right? As your tank there. You could put it in front with Grandmaster Wraith. I think it's a fantastic card there as well. And then with cards that have weapons training, of which we know there are several reward cards already that have that. And then Matt also teased that weapons training is going to feature in Rebellion as well. I mean, this seems like a card that is going to be, again, I think about all the other promo cards out there that I use regularly. I like Vruz, obviously Dr. Blight, even Oshur to a certain extent, Archimus the Bear. I think Grim Bardoon Smith is going to be way up there. And the fact that this card, right, I was looking for a Dr. Blight type of situation, 4 mana or under, something that you'd be able to use in all situations. He's not that, but he's pretty close. 6 mana. Obviously he's not going to have the attack, but I really think that this is a card that's going to be a must-have, and it has me considering buying, in multiples of 10 packs in order to get some. Now, again, I've already said I'm not planning to go super heavy on Rebellion, but I am planning on getting some packs just to open and be part of, the fun with you guys. But if I was to buy any packs, I think that this is the card to do it, and it's going to incentivize a lot of smaller players or smaller purchases, in this case myself, to really participate and get, at least, I don't even know, a gold level one would be fantastic, but we'll have to see what the stats are moving through. Now, on the other side, Mantaroth is a very interesting card. 11 mana makes it super expensive. It makes it way too susceptible to Giant Killer, which is, something that was featured heavily in Chaos Legion. Now, I do like several things here, right? So you do have the shield ability to go with it. You have, I forgot what this ability is called. Let me go find it, but hopefully, oh, that's not what I meant to do. It's the new one, Armored Strike. So you do get that ability. So essentially, you have 3 melee damage plus an additional 4 melee damage due to the 4 shield. Now, you can buff this up, especially, which is, whether through Grandmaster Wraith, through Lux Vega, through any of the protect monsters out there. And keep in mind, he's neutral, right? So you can play him pretty much with anything. And you can essentially have a much higher attack. Again, my worry here is the 11 mana. Also, he's relatively slow. I don't like the 2 speed. It's not perfect for, reverse speed games. And it's kind of just that weird middle in between where you can speed him up with a couple of swiftness. But I guess ultimately it doesn't matter because he's going to hit his shots no matter what. And again, when I say shots, I mean both of them, right? The attack plus the 4 damage here. Now, what's interesting, and I'd actually love to learn this about him, is if the halving ability is triggered. So let's say he goes up against another giant, which is Archimus the Bear. I actually think that the halving ability is probably only going to target the attack damage, right? Which is 3, and not going to mess around with his armor. Like, it shouldn't apply to that. So you could still be hitting Archimus the Bear or anybody else, even if his attack is halved. So again, that's an interesting thought. We'll have to get it confirmed on a town square or a town hall, but it's something to think about. Now, where he does get interesting is at the higher levels, because he does repair his own armor, of which he has 4 naturally at a max copy, and then the blast. So this is where I'm thinking, okay, if you're in a battle long enough, right, and you're not susceptible to speed, then this is where he could get, pretty crazy. Because think about the fact that you're doing 3 blast damage, right? 3 blast damage, and if he's at the front as a tank, that's 3 to the main, 2 to the following, and then another 4 damage to the main and 2 damage blast to the following. Now, if you increase this by any which way, which would be Grandmaster Wraith or Lux Vega or any other person that has armor or adding armor, that 5 or 5th damage then leads to 3 blast damage. Now, what's even crazier is that, let's say it's an opportunity or a melee mayhem, something like that, where maybe he's able to attack in between, right? Or I guess it's really just opportunity. But he's able to attack in between. Well, now this blast damage becomes a little crazy. And I do think that he could be very powerful in those instances. Now, again, I'm not trying to downplay Mantroth, because I actually think Mantroth is quite a strong card and has a lot of very specific use cases where it could be not OP, but very powerful. The only reason I was downplaying him is in relation to Grimbardoon Smith. I think Grimbardoon Smith is, one, way more accessible for the general audience or general public, and also because of its rarity. And then 2, I think there's a lot of use cases that you can have for Grimbardoon Smith. It's a very powerful support card. But that doesn't mean that Mantroth is one that I would sleep on either. Mantroth is something that I would consider having, again, just as a promo card. I feel like all of the promo cards have been quite powerful over the past 2+ years that I've been here. So while I'm not planning to go for them heavy in the guaranteed way of like buying packs during the presale, these are cards that I probably would want to take a closer look at overall once they hit the market. Now, keep in mind, with the way that the presale is designed, if all 500,000 packs are purchased, we are going to get a situation where if you divide the Grimbardoon Smiths by 115 and then the Mantroths by 11, right, to get the max copies, there's only going to be 450 possible max copies, around 450 max copies for each of these cards, which, considering how many people play in Gold, Diamond, and Champ, that's not very many. So I do wonder how powerful they'll be on the meta. I do wonder if they will be able to compete with the likes of someone like a Dr. Blight. I'm thinking no at this point. Dr. Blight is just that broken, and I think Dr. Blight will be that dominant in modern format moving forward. But keep in mind, Dr. Blight's going on the market for like 30 something bucks right now, between $30 and $40. I don't know where Mantroth and Grimbardoon Smith are, but it is interesting thing about the fact that their overall circulating supplies are going to be significantly lower, and that could just make them much more desirable as cards outside of their abilities. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to know if these have incentivized you to go for 10 packs, 100 packs, or whatever multiples that you guys are planning, and if you think these cards are worth it in order to do so. But otherwise, I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.